In 2003, the Iranian government advertised a tender for telecommunication services in Iran. And it was quite notable because it was the first time that a private telecom service provider would be given the opportunity to do business in Iran. It was a $30 billion contract over 15 years as well, so quite lucrative, right? And initially, there were two bidders who were vying for this contract. The first was Turkcell, the Turkish telecom service provider, and then the second was South Africa's MTN, who we all know very well. Initially, it was Turkcell who won the bid provisionally in February 2004. But in a twist, at the end of 2005, the Iranian government handed the contract to MTN to sign. Now, Turkcell was completely outraged with this result. And very soon afterwards, they began to allege that MTN had bribed its way to the contract by bribing former ambassador, South African ambassador Yusuf Saluji in 2007 with a 1 million rand house. They alleged that an MTN employee paid for this. And they also said that MTN had paid a bribe of over 2 million rand to Iranian Deputy Foreign Minister Yavid Gorbancholi. None of this has been tested in court, so we don't know what is true. But MTN has denied all of these allegations. Turkcell also alleged that MTN had used or leveraged its political connections to secure defense equipment for Iran. But again, none of these allegations have been tested in court, so we don't know what's true. What we do know is that Turkcell is still fighting this case very vehemently in court in South Africa. I think that this case is particularly interesting because Iran was an ally of the anti-apartheid movement. And we spoke to activists who said, that they look to South Africa as an example of democracy and of what can happen after repression. And yet we see that MTN has been involved in internet shutdowns. I mean, in the Mahsa Amini protests, Mahsa Amini, she was killed in detention. And this is a story that will kind of resonate with South Africans, where so many activists were killed in detention in apartheid. But now we see a company that has been this darling of South African democracy may be enabling human rights violations in Iran.